You don't have a creativity problem. You have a finishing problem. And the reason why you can't finish tracks is because you're trying to finish one at a time. And that's backwards. I'm going to show you the system that I use to finish tracks consistently, not one, but batches of 12. And here's what most producers do. They open Ableton, they start a loop, and that loop sounds good for about 20 minutes. And then, like I did, they start second guessing everything. Is this kick right? Should I change the bass line? You know, maybe the whole idea is wrong. And 3 hours go by and nothing is finished. Does this sound something like you're going through? Here the issue is not talent. The issue is that you're trying to wear every hat at the same time. Creator, arranger, mixer, critic. And it's hard to do all of this simultaneously. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's hard. So you freeze. And what if you take these roles separately? This is what this system does. Okay, phase 1, you create 12 8-bar loops. Might be 8 or 16, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And that's it. No mixing, no overthinking, no second guessing. And these 8 parts, they should be the densest part of a track. And why the densest part? Because if the core doesn't hit, nothing else matters. Arrangement can't save a weak core idea. And why 12? Because 12 remove the pressure. If you have just one idea, you have to pursue the idea until it becomes perfect. And you know, this pressure to be perfect, it kills creativity. If you do 12 ideas, some might be really good, some might be garbage, and that's fine. You're not judging yet, you're just creating. And here is how I do it in practice. I set a time limit, roughly 1 to 2 hours per loop, and then I move on. No attachment, no forcing it. The goal is momentum and not perfection. So in the beginning I stay on this mode, taking care of this loop, sound selection, synthesis, rhythm. I'm not already mixing, I'm not already arranging. The only thing I do is ask myself this one question, which is, does this loop makes me want to move? And if yes, great, next. If no, okay, also next. On phase 2, you take these 12 loops and you arrange these 12 loops into a full track. So here you're not in the sound designer creator mode, you are creating, but you have your arrangement hat. Here you're not sound designing necessarily anymore, you are not choosing rhythms, you put your arrangement hat, you are now the arranger. Intros, breakdowns, builds, transitions. And this is where structure and storytelling comes in, because you already have the core idea. And you start from this 8-bar or 16 foundation, and then this is already solid, and because you already have the core, this 8-bar foundation, arrangement becomes much simpler. By then you're not inventing, you are actually expanding. What I do, I work through all 12. Some almost arrange themselves in 1 or 2 hours. Others fight me, and that's information. Because if a track resists arrangement, usually it means that the core idea is weak. But that's okay. That's what the phase 3 is for. But here's what's critical. Don't mix deeply while you arrange. And I know it's tempting, because the kick sounds a little bit off, the reverb tail is too long or it's too muddy, and what I do, I ignore it and keep on moving. Because arrangement and mixing, they are different skills, different focus. And most of the times by combining them is how you get stuck again. If this approach makes sense to you, hit subscribe. I share systems like this every week, all practical stuff, that helps you finish your tracks. We are now on phase 3. And on this phase, you stop being the artist, the creator, and you become the curator. Now you have 12 finished tracks, not mixed, I know. And now you listen to all of them back to back. I advise you to do this with fresh ears, if possible first thing in the morning before your ears are tired. Ideally, give yourself a day or two of distance before finishing the last track. And why so? Because you want to listen to these tracks as an external listener and not the person that has created these tracks. And then you pick 4 of those 12. 4 out of 12. So this is what I call a 1 in 3 survival rate. And that's actually quite generous. This is the part that most producers skip. They finish one track and they try immediately to release it. But curation is what separates a good producer from a great and consistent one. Because not every track, not every idea exists to be released. Some of them, they are going to teach you a lesson. Some of those tracks, they will lead to creating the next track. And then when I'm listening back outside of the curator, I ask myself, does this track will hold on its own in the DJ set? Does this track have something to say? Will this track hold my attention and make me want to move for 6 minutes? And if the answer is no, out, ruthlessly, always. No guilt, no sunk cost fallacy, because those 8 tracks that you leave out, they were not wasted. Those 8 tracks made the 4 that survive better. And here, at least for me, that's where the real hard work starts. We get to phase 4. Now these final 4 tracks, they get a proper serious mixdown. Now, and only now, you put on full on your mixing hat. EQ, compression, spatial processing. Now, every detail matters because these 4 tracks, they've earned it. And now you're not doing a deep mix down of 12 tracks. You're mixing 4, and that's manageable. And that's focused because you separated your purely creative phase from the technical phase, which is now mixed down. You can actually hear clearly now. By now, you're not emotionally attached to the synth part that took you 3 hours to get it really right. Now, with your mixer hat on, you're asking, does this fit the track? And if it doesn't fit the track, cut it. And this phase is also where you can take your time. The creative pressure is gone, the arrangement is locked, and now during mixdown, you're polishing, you're not inventing new things. So let me put this together. 12 loops, 12 arrangements, 4 selections, and 4 mixdowns. Remember, you're not trying to produce the perfect track. Perfectionism leads to paralysis. If you do this, what you're building is a system that allows you to continue to create music constantly. And interesting, the magic here is not in a single phase. The magic lies in the separation. Create, arrange, curate, mix. 4 roles, 4 phases, never at the same time. And this is how you actually stop starting tracks and you start finishing them. Try it. 12 loops, 1 week. Let me know how it goes in the comments.